Hello. Welcome to another installment of the Central American Group's podcast, in which experts discuss topics related to doing business in Costa Rica, El Salvador, and the rest of the region.
Hello, welcome to our podcast. Today we have Christian Navas with us. Christian is with a group that has recently been formed in El Salvador called Invest El Salvador. I'll let Christian introduce himself and tell us a little bit about his organization.
Thank you, Stephen. I appreciate the time of having me here in your podcast. I'm really happy to share all the good news that is happening right now in El Salvador. And I know that will be really interesting to potential investors and companies that are seeking new opportunities in the region. Well, my name is Christian Navas. I am the investment specialist in the investment attraction, specifically in agribusinesses. I came from the capital raising, banks, and all that is my experience. But recently, I learned about this opportunity on attracting potential investments here in El Salvador, and I decided to be part of it. Thanks to the government of El Salvador, of course. The agency, the Invest in El Salvador is the name of the agency, is seeking to promote the investment attraction of foreign companies that might be interested in investing in El Salvador. We are looking to actually create opportunities to do the soft landing of companies interested in investing in El Salvador, to learn more about it. We also do a post-service where we do like a companion to the companies once they're installed here in the country. And basically is that, Stephen.
Okay, well, maybe you can expand upon what you see as being the sectors that hold promise for investors.
Yeah, for example, here in El Salvador, we have a lot of opportunities to different companies that might be interested in coming here, but we have some focuses, some objectives, some sectors that we are interested in attracting these opportunities. One is tourism. We have also manufacturing. We have a textile manufacturing, pharmaceutical, energy, and services. Inside services, we include all the things related to to blockchain, to Bitcoin, BPOs, technological services, and agribusiness, which is my sector. All these sectors are being promoted by the agency. We are also looking to promote in the following months logistics, because we believe the country has a lot of benefits and advantages on that front. And basically, those are the sectors. Now, regarding agribusiness, we are looking to promote all the things related to food safety, cold chain logistics, food logistics, agriculture. That will be vertical farming, ag tech, and all this large extension agriculture. I know the country doesn't have, it's not that big actually, but there are certain products that really are really valuable in different markets that can be produced here in El Salvador.
Yeah, I understand that recently the law of the free zones for your country has been changed, and that will allow this change will allow companies that are engaged in food processing to locate and derive the benefits from free zones. Is that true? And if so, can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, sure, definitely. Well, El Salvador has changes in many fronts: financial fronts, economical fronts, but also in law. The president has commanded to review all the laws regarding doing business, and one of the recent changes was regarding to the international service law and to the free zones, free trade zones that we have in the country. That free trade zones law that has changed has now included the food processing, agriculture, and other services and products that can be manufacturing inside these zones. So now this help the country to be more competitive to companies that work in this industry to actually do the manufacturing here in the country. They are free of taxes in the importing of the raw material. They are free of taxes in the exporting of the of their products now manufactured. They have a lot of tax benefits regarding their profits and the investment of new machinery and all that. So yeah, it's a really great opportunity for companies in this industry that are interested in that sector.
Another sector that I read a bit about is the technology sector. And your president has, and your legislature, I believe, have implemented some laws that incentivize investment in technology in your country. Is that true as well?
Yeah, definitely. El Salvador is actively promoting innovation in all sectors. We want to be an innovation and technological hub for the region. We want to be considered we want to be considered by other countries as a destination for research institutions, for technology transfer programs, for all these research and labs regarding innovation and technology, programming, software, and all that. We are doing actually a lot of changes, not only in the law to actually attract these companies to come here, because they actually in that way they have a lot of tax benefits. The country has zero taxes to the companies that are installing their whole headquarters here and doing business here in El Salvador, and also providing services internationally. But also the country is focusing its educational system in that way it can promote the skills in technology to all the young people who is actually in the schools, public and private, and universities. So there are a lot of efforts regarding technology and innovation that can be benefits to the companies regarding taxes, and also benefits to the population through the skills and all the work that can come through El Salvador to actually improve our lifestyle.
If you were to look into the future in coming years, what do you see the investment climate being like, and what factors make El Salvador a good choice for people that are looking at investment through a long-term telescope, let's say?
Well, yeah, definitely. El Salvador is, I believe personally, and that's why one of the reasons that I zoomed to this project, I believe El Salvador is changing drastically. It's opening a lot of opportunities that they would have before. For example, in the recent year, the criminals and all this killing that El Salvador was famous globally has been reduced to almost zero. And the good thing about it is that it opens opportunity to people do more. We have now parks and venues with people walking in different times during the night. We are having a lot of safety. Actually, we feel it in the street, and we feel it in the quality of life. That also has helped to actually focus all the effort to open to new opportunities regarding technology, to actually promote and take advantage of our strategic location in El Salvador in Central America. We want to be a service provider to the world. We want to be an innovation and technological hub in all the sectors that we mentioned before. We want to be considered to other countries as an opportunity to actually do all the innovation that the world needs. And if we actually achieve that positioning, and we achieve to actually complete all this project, I know that we will be a country that can aggregate high value to products, services, and in the same way being a sustainable country.
You mentioned earlier, we were talking offline about this, and you were, one of the things that you mentioned was that El Salvador, in terms of travel, for people in the U.S., between major cities in the U.S. to El Salvador, the time it takes to get to and from El Salvador isn't much. Could you tell us major cities, approximate times of travel?
Yeah, definitely. El Salvador is looking to be an strategical logistic hub for companies in the United States and to companies in South America. For example, we are only 2 hours away from Miami by airplane. We are only 4 hours and a half to Los Angeles, and 6 hours, almost 5 hours to New York. So if you see, we are really closer to the major city of the United States than the cities in the United States. For example, if you go to Los Angeles to Miami, it's almost 6 hours. We are from Miami 2 hours away. So there are opportunities to companies to actually do business here in El Salvador, to have their, for example, their e-commerce where they can storage the e-commerce storages. They can have all these services that they can provide. They provide right now in the United States. They can have it here in El Salvador. We also have some companies from South America that are seeking to install their plants here in El Salvador to then export to the United States, to different cities, because in that way, instead of sending one ship or one airplane to Miami and then distribute to the whole country, which is more expensive, they can send everything here to El Salvador. We do the manufacturing, the labeling, and the logistic to distribute to all these cities in a faster and more efficient way.
Well, it seems like there's a lot going on in El Salvador it's good these days. Generally, after people listen to our podcasts, questions come up. If somebody who hears the information has questions that go beyond the scope of what we've spoken about, how can they contact you?
Yeah, well, they can contact to my personal email, my professional email, which is C Navas Christian, C Navas with V at investinelsalvador.gov.sv. The gov is not like we write it in English. English is in like in Spanish, GOB at the end. They can also go to the website, investinelsalvador.gov.sv, and they can go to my LinkedIn page, which is Christian Navas, as it sounds, and I appear like a specialist in investment attraction for Invest in El Salvador. They can write direct there.
We'll basically put links to all these things in the transcript section of the webpage that this is going to be published on. Thank you very much today for filling us in about what's going on in El Salvador. We wish you and the rest of your colleagues at Invest in El Salvador lots of luck going forward.
Thank you. I appreciate the time. I invite to all the investors to contact me or contact one of my colleagues that are also in the website. I know that we can provide a lot of help, a lot of connections, a lot of networking, a lot of opportunities to the companies and to their investments. That way they can do a soft landing here in El Salvador.
Thank you, and have a great rest of the day.
Excellent. Take care.
Thank you for listening. Sign up to receive the Central American Group's quarterly newsletter by visiting www.thecentralamericangroup.com.